Welcome to In Pursuit with Pastor Bill.
Hey, I'm just a simple guy in pursuit of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, wild game, fish that swim under the ice, tender smoked meat, tasty grilled meat, and Denise.
In this hour, we are going to be talking about all of that and a whole lot more. Bill has been with Maranatha since 2005 and the campus pastor at Maranatha Chisago Lakes campus since 2011. Come along and join In Pursuit.
Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon on this October 2nd already. October 2nd.
October 2nd. October is a good month.
It is. It feels very fall-like outside, doesn't it?
I love it.
85, 90.
I love it. I think it's great, William.
Yeah, I know you do. I don't. I'm ready for 60, 65.
No, we got to cling to this. We got to cling to this warm weather, William.
No.
That's awesome.
What's so funny?
You called me William.
I called
like
you William,
it.
too. Did
I
you
like
not
it.
notice?
Yes, I did.
Did you? Okay.
This is hilarious. This I'm used to. That's
He
funny.
just thought he was in trouble earlier. Now he's like, wait a minute.
This is funny now. Yeah, that's funny. It's good. Well, hey, greetings again to everybody. Thanks for listening in. Let's see who's joining us today. My name's Bill.
My name's Denise.
Shane.
James.
Wonderful. Is this any indication of how our conversations are going to go today?
Yep, just one word answer.
One word
That's all we got
answers.
for you.
Yeah, so how are you guys? Good.
Good.
Might
What have you
be
been
done
doing?
at
Nothing.
12:02.
That's good. Yeah, so please, if you happen to be listening to us live today, as always, we really enjoy hearing from you. So please let us know. And then also, if you listen later on, I know a couple people did this over the course of the last week, but if you listen later on to any of the shows here that we put out of this radio station, please email or text or just get in touch. Let us know that you're out there, you're listening, and maybe even your thoughts if something encourages you or challenges you, or like Mike's show, Pastor Mike's show, gives you something to think about, the youth podcast, there's just a lot of good stuff happening, so let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Let's make it a conversation, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's new? Anything happen around the church? I wasn't around there this morning. Anything fresh, new, and exciting?
No.
Oh.
I couldn't open my drawer, though.
Yeah, you couldn't. That's right. Yeah.
I have a mouse in my upper right-hand desk drawer.
Yeah.
It ate my Dove chocolates.
Yeah.
Wait,
No.
actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it in there right now?
No, I don't know. I mean, he set a trap yesterday, so I put blue tape on it to remind me not to open it.
Denise does not like mice.
No.
That's what you
No.
have to understand.
I do not. They are bad.
I remember
They're bad.
in it must have been like my first year of working there. One time working at the church, I came in and everything in Denise's office was outside in the lobby on an 8-foot fold-out table. And I asked her why everything's out there, and it was because she saw a mouse in her office.
Was I on the table also? Because
even
that
know.
has happened before.
That's funny.
Yep. It's not funny, but it's funny. I mean, it's funny.
It's not
but
funny, ha ha.
Yeah. When Bill and I first started working together, I was in his office talking to him about something, sitting on a chair across from his desk. And he got a phone call. And he was talking. He had to take it because it was kind of important. And so I just sat there. And then I thought, this is taking a while. I'm going to go out. And I turned around to go out the door, and a mouse decided to come in his door at that moment, and I screamed
I'm
like
on
I
the
was
phone.
on Friday the 13th. Like, I screamed and went right up on the chair. I mean, just blood curdling. And Alice comes around the door. She goes, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Mouse." I shook my head. I'm like, "Mouse." And she held out her hand. She knew how afraid I was of mice. So I stepped off the chair, and she's standing in the doorway, and I step off the chair, and the mouse comes around the corner again, and I blood curdling scream again, and I mean, it just popped. These are just, they're visceral responses in me. I can't help it. So I jumped right back up on the chair, and I looked at Bill, and I thought, my God, he's gonna fire me, because I just did this through his conversation 2 times. What can you do?
Yeah, and it just happens.
It does.
Yeah.
It's uncontrolled.
And now we live out in the country where, we went for a walk down our driveway one time.
Ooh.
and it was crazy. And I have a really bright flashlight, you know, like it's got like a pistol grip and that whole deal, you know.
Oh, cool.
So we're walking along the driveway.
We were looking for a chicken.
Oh, that's right. We had lost a chicken, so we're looking. So we're shining this flashlight into the woods to see if we can see her. As we're doing this, you would see all these little sets of eyes and mice. It was like there's so many mice. The woods were alive.
It was crazy.
It was they're just running everywhere.
Yeah.
So now you have 50 barn cats?
Yeah.
We have one, and she's a good girl.
She's a good
That's what I was
girl.
gonna say. Get them barn cats going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the chickens should be taking them out too, for crying out loud.
They should. I saw a
Freeloaders.
snake last week. They didn't even. It was a tiny little 6-inch snake. Come on, chickens.
Yeah.
They
Pull
didn't
your
touch
weight.
it. Yeah,
How
they
you
didn't
doing,
touch it. I even
freeloader?
called them over
Yeah.
because I was very brave. I had my rubber boots on, so I'm like, chick, 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 come on, come eat this snake. Not a one.
Wait, you don't mind snakes, but you hate mice?
I don't like snakes, but yeah, mice are much more terrifying.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh, that's weird. I had rubber boots on, so I wasn't scared.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Invincible.
invincible. Just like when I put on my work gloves. He-Man.
Superpower.
Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
superpower.
Yeah.
Work gloves.
Yeah, and it's funny, all the mice, because you would think with all, like there's hawks and there's owls and there's
Fox.
and raccoon, and I know that's, you know, we haven't seen coyotes for a while, but the neighbors were just telling Denise about coyote. I mean, there's plenty of predators. Like, why are there thousands of mice in our woods, you know?
I don't know.
So anyway, there you go. I don't know how we got on that
I'm
either.
not sure.
I
But
don't remember.
You asked how things were at
Oh,
the
that's
church.
right. Yeah.
I said
Yeah,
I couldn't
that's right.
open my drawer.
Yeah.
we
I got a
went
text.
down.
Megan is listening with, I would guess, little Miss Molly. So
Sweet
thank you,
Miss
ladies, for
Molly.
listening. Let's see. We got some serious food stuff to talk about.
We do.
Like, it's very possible this whole time might be food.
It's a lot of
It's
food.
possible, yeah. Chris Edwards is listening. Thank you, Chris, for tuning in and making our show not international, national.
National, yeah.
Yep.
Making our show a national show. I forgot to talk. We had some missionaries that visited our church and talked last night,
Oh,
and they're
shoot.
from Indonesia. I got to make sure and tell them to tune in.
Right?
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
care what time it is. 12 hours. It's only midnight.
Yeah.
They're up anyway.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
I
One of
hope
them
they
is
do.
anyway.
Yeah, I hope they do.
We'll have to talk to him. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, food stuff. We did some good food stuff on Tuesday.
We did so much food stuff.
It was pretty fun.
Yep.
So we smoked. We're going to smoke a brisket tonight overnight.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think I've only done one other brisket. I can't remember.
Yeah, we're kind of newbies in that area.
Yeah. So Johnny, I might be calling you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're excited to that. So anyway, here's what we did this last Tuesday for our food segment. We fired up the smoker, and a lot of times we try and cook multiple things on the smoker when the smoker is running. It's kind of like the idea you're using the energy, the pellets, you know. Why not make use of it?
Right.
And I don't think it's always smart because you're supposed to cook different things at different temperatures, but we do it and it works fine, you know.
We
Yeah.
just bulldozed through.
We bulldoze.
Bulldozed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good.
So on the smoker, all at one time, we had a nice hind quarter roast from the deer I shot last fall. We had meatloaf, which I actually just had a meatloaf sandwich for lunch from. We had a pan filled with burger and
It's like a stuffed pepper hot dish.
yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
Very
I love stuffed
good.
peppers.
and then we had chicken legs and chicken thighs. Do you guys remember me talking about the wedding reception we went to, and they had chicken, and it was from Sir Smoke-A-Lot in St. Croix Falls?
No.
Yeah, this chicken was out of this world, and apparently that's how he cooks it. He smokes it, and it was so good. There was
It
so
was
much
so
flavor,
good. Yeah.
moist
Nice.
and filled with flavor. So since then, you know, it's only been a couple weeks, but just wanting to, because I've never smoked chicken. So I thought, man, we're going to do this. So Tuesday morning, I got up, ran up to the store, and got some chicken thighs and some chicken legs.
Nice.
And then I put some meat church seasoning on it. I'm telling you what,
What is it called?
Meat Church. Seriously,
All right.
it's a great YouTube channel.
Nice.
Which again,
Who's working on our sponsors?
That's your sponsor. But so a couple from church, Alex and BJ, they just were super sweet, and they blessed us with like a 5-pack of these different meat church seasonings. So it's a pre-mix seasoning. And I don't remember all 5 of the titles, but I think the one that we put on the chicken leg and the chicken thighs was their, it's called the Honey Hog.
Oh, nice.
So it was very sweet.
Yeah.
But and it was delicious, but here's the
So good,
thing
yeah.
that we didn't do was we didn't marinate them and or put them in a brine or anything like that. So next time we do them, which is probably going to be sooner than later, we're going to soak them like overnight in a marinade with this seasoning and some water, oil, or whatever, and then hopefully get some more flavor in the meat. But the chicken itself, though, the flavor was good. The meat was juicy. I mean,
Well, and then you read somewhere that there's a trick to put baking powder. Is it baking powder or soda?
I don't know.
We can never remember.
I think it's powder.
Well, you put it on the chicken skin to make it crispier.
Yeah.
And so we decided to not do it, but he said, yeah, it's either baking powder or baking soda. And like it didn't matter.
She comes to me and she's like, we kind of need to know.
Big difference,
Yeah.
babe.
Yeah. So anyway, so we'll try that next time too. But I'm very excited about that chicken. So the chicken turned out good. This venison roast, so it's a hind quarter venison roast. It's what you would cut some steaks out of if you wanted to. And what we did is just the roast. And so we put a different seasoning on that from the meat church. It's called the Gospel. So they got like...
You just spread that right on.
Spread it right
Spreading
on.
that gospel.
Yep, spread the gospel. So again, it was a little bit sweet, not as sweet as the Honey Hog, but it was very good. And that roast was good.
Very tasty.
Yep. Yeah. That's a good way to cook it. And you
Juicy,
slice it real thin. Yeah.
So good.
It was good. And the meatloaf. This is a great way to cook meatloaf, I think.
It's fabulous.
Yeah. Just put it in. We put a meat thermometer in the meatloaf and cook it to 165. And whatever it is you do to make that taste good, I don't know, but boy, is it tasty. Like, we don't put barbecue sauce on the top. We didn't put any of this rub on the top or anything like that. But
We like our meatloaf pretty plain.
it's so good. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And a good meatloaf sandwich. Meatloaf on some white bread with mayo and ketchup and a little salt and pepper.
Yeah. Well, that night, he's drooling. That night we had supper with the Grands, and so we were sitting there because we had venison from the land. We had applesauce, which me and little Lily made from the apples from our crabapple tree. We had made it just that night. And then we had potatoes that we had got from our garden. So I baked some potatoes because they love baked potatoes. So we're sitting there eating, and we're talking to them, saying how this all came from our land, and they're chowing. They're good eaters. And Dax looks at me, he goes, so basically this is just free food.
That's the goal.
Yeah. Yep. Free food, buddy.
No effort, no energy, no
Basically, it's
investment.
just free food.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yep. He's cute.
But it's cool to be able to share that with them. You know, let's see, and then that stuffed pepper hot dish thing you made, that's delicious too.
It is.
Yeah, man, we eat good.
Yeah, we're
We eat
having
good.
that tonight.
Oh, I'm so
Because
excited.
we have so much food, we just got to eat it.
Yeah,
We cook once a week. I'm kidding.
yeah.
But when we do that, we eat food for a while. That's, yeah.
It was good. It's been good food, and then we get to eat it. And you processed some more tomatoes. You made some more V7 juice.
I did.
I
yeah.
mean, it's just been a good.
It was actually V8 this time because I added
Really?
kale.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. We could actually call it V8.
Oh,
Nice.
Perfect. That's good. Yeah. It's good stuff. And
It
then a
is.
bag of
It's
sauce that you made out of it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what we used to make that? We used I forget what it's called. I know we used our wooden pestle set, and our cone screen, or our cone whatever.
Strainer.
Strainer. That's right. Our cone strainer and our wooden pestle set.
Lovely.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Nice.
It
It's
was
always good when you get a chance to use
Yeah.
that.
It's a handy tool.
It is.
When you guys talk about the food you make, it just makes everything else sounds so dystopian. Like, I eat crackers
Back
out
up.
of a carton.
Yeah,
you know
back-
what I mean?
I love crackers. Soda
That I got
crackers
from-
with butter. I love that.
No, I'm talking about goldfish crackers. Like, out of, like the stuff I eat, sometimes it just comes out of a carton and like, or like a plastic bag. And you guys are like, we foraged our property and we crab apples and
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's a little different.
I forgot
Yeah.
everything you said once you used the word dystopian.
oh yeah.
Like I have no idea what the rest of the conversation was. I'm serious because it's like
Did you read the book
dystopian?
1984?
So I'm looking up
Yeah.
dystopian.
Are you bringing us our word of the week, William?
No, but I don't know what it means. Here's what my phone says anyway. The phone that gave us the cone screen and wooden pestle set.
Yeah.
Dystopian describes a world or society marked by human misery,
Exactly.
oppression, and a lack of freedom.
No, literally, I'm eating like government. Like,
Yeah, he's eating government cheese, and you're over here living off the land.
no,
Yeah.
I'm eating government-regulated FDA goldfish crackers out of a carton, and you guys are like foraging your property that you own. You go to Walmart. And I get,
Harvesting the animals and the vegetables.
yeah,
and
and I'm like, I just look for the stuff that says like made with real cheese. And I just kind of have to hope it's actually real cheese.
if it's spelled with a Z, it's not real. Just
You know what I'm saying?
Here's a further definition. Dehumanization.
Exactly.
People may be treated as subjects or numbers within a system.
so just so you know how you make James feel. I mean,
Oh my
That's
gosh.
awesome.
Or like the I can't believe it's not real butter stuff. Like I don't have we get actual butter now, but we used to get that stuff. Like it's not even real butter. Like what is that? What am I even eating? I don't know.
you don't. Yeah, don't ask.
You guys ground up grow everything.
That's great. I
Anyway,
love
You're
that.
funny.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's great. It makes me want to talk about this more. That's good stuff, James. That's good stuff.
Love it when you're on the show.
Yep. It is funny though, just the number of people that, and we just get to talk about it. It's kind of like I look at like hunting and fishing. I don't consider myself a hunter or a fisherman. I enjoy hunting and I enjoy fishing. You know what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, kind of. I think.
I enjoy hunting and I enjoy fishing, and but there's a difference because then you have people like we had on Mike Vierling one time, which we'll have on again because he just came back from Montana. But here's a guy that makes it happen, like by himself, going out to the mountains, or Matt Kangas. I mean, it's like, and it's the same with some of this stuff. It's like there are people that do so much more than we do.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're barely
We're
scratching the
novices.
surface. Kind of like what you and I were talking about the other day. Like people that create their rainwater irrigation system and all of that stuff, and like
yeah.
We put some buckets under the pole barn roof.
yeah, that's what I was telling
No, yeah,
Shane.
that's
Like we're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
We have 5-gallon buckets collecting water off the pole barn thing.
One thing I did forget to say is me and Lily sweetened the applesauce with the maple syrup that we harvested from our land.
Oh,
That's
my
rented.
God.
I
Yeah, we
know.
harvest-
Do you want a goldfish?
My maple syrup comes out of a plastic tube.
That's awesome. Oh, that's good stuff.
That's funny.
But it's the work it takes.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing is it's very rewarding.
It's
you know,
rewarding, but it takes a lot of time.
It takes a lot of time, yeah.
You wonder
yeah.
how people back in settler times survived.
Well,
It's
here's
like-
what I think is this. They didn't have a choice. They didn't know a whole lot different.
Right.
We have the option. Like we could anytime say, I don't want to hunt. I don't want to process. I don't want
Yeah.
to can or freeze or tap the trees and boil the syrup. But I mean, it's like at any time you can say, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Because you can go to the store and get everything you want.
But I mean, the amount of time that you spend just harvesting the wood from the land and splitting it and stacking it
Yeah.
and getting it ready, and like all summer long, they must have spent every minute just trying to put enough food and wood away to last the winter here
Oh,
in
yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
from morning. I mean, and then it takes an hour to cook your meal because you're doing everything from scratch, and then
Yeah.
you got to clean it up so the mice don't get it.
Yeah.
Frickin' mice.
Well, Lou,
I said frickin'.
again. Well, Lou Campbell tells the story of when he was a kid on the farm, and there was a bunch of them. They'd get up, and I think his grandma was there, and she was just in the kitchen, like 3 o'clock, starting breakfast. They would eat breakfast. She would be working on lunch. They would come in, and they would eat lunch, and the whole time she's also getting dinner ready. And
Right.
so, like, that was her role in that, you know. And then, you know, whoever else, they were out doing other things. And
Yeah.
it was like that's oftentimes, if we're just at home for a day, there's times where you'll spend the majority of that day in the kitchen.
Right.
Whether it's doing this stuff or preparing meals. Like, she'll get up in the morning and be thinking, what are we having for lunch and supper today? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's nowhere on my radar until I'm ready to chew somebody's head off that, oh, wait, I might be hungry, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's funny to think, too, that you can go the complete opposite way from what you were talking about into there's people in the world that think you can't eat the apples in their backyard because they're wild apples.
Yeah.
That you can't have the lemons because they're wild lemons. You have to buy them at the store. Like, there are people that legit have those thoughts. And then it's funny to go the opposite way where, yeah, people completely live off the land and how much healthier and better and, you know, even like physically for your lifestyle it can be compared to other people that just it's only grocery store because they're so scared of it. You can't
Yeah.
do that. That's wild stuff.
Yep. There might be a piece of dirt on it
Right. Yeah.
as opposed to
Yeah.
500 chemicals in
Well,
it.
that's just it. But in their mind too, those chemicals, that's the good stuff. Like there's a good reason why they're spraying all that on there. We need that. You know, it's yeah. That's why they don't want the wild stuff. Is because it hasn't been treated and it's not proper for human consumption.
Right, yeah, yeah.
And I'm
Better-
wondering how we can eat the mushrooms that are everywhere on our property
goodness.
this year.
They're
We have so many mushrooms.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
We gonna die.
Yeah, yeah.
Pump our stomachs if you find us dead, because I fed us some bad mushrooms.
Oh man.
Leave me alone though if you see me just staring off at the stars. Just let it happen.
Pretty sure there's a wiki link you can pretty much find. Yeah, when we had one in the church lawn that was like 2 foot wide. It looked like a giant brain.
Oh, chicken of the woods?
And I was gonna show Janie, and then I forgot because Tomas came by and did the lawnmower.
Oh, yeah.
And I was gonna show her because I was wondering what the heck this thing was. It was just a giant growing fungus in the. And by the time I got to it, I was in shambles and pieces here, there, and everywhere. And I was like, oh, it was so cool looking.
Yeah.
But just a big fungus, just
Yeah.
Fungus among us.
fungus among us was everywhere.
We had those growing all over in our yard, and we found one that was huge, and it's called chicken of the woods, and you can actually eat it, but you have to like prepare it properly.
Really?
Yeah, it was a really long process, so I mowed over it, but
Yeah. Takes too much work.
and then one time morel mushrooms grew,
Oh,
Oh.
so we got to fry those up. That was pretty good.
yeah, that's
Yum.
cool.
Yeah, but those have to be cooked like to a certain level for a certain time or something like that. I think I can't remember what the process was, but
Yeah, we're gonna die.
Yeah, you definitely got to be
'Cause
careful with them.
I
Yeah,
just
you do.
fried up
Yeah.
morels. I didn't.
Yeah,
I, didn't
I think
bring
that's
them to
just-
a certain temperature.
yeah, I think
We're
that's
gonna
just
die.
the way. Like if they're frying, then it's good, you know, or like
Okay.
if you put them on a skillet, then it's good type of thing.
Okay.
But it was like
So wait a minute.
you can't eat them raw.
Let's connect some
Maybe.
dots in this conversation. here. We're listening to the Goldfish Man. Tell us what we should.
Wait,
Which
are
mushrooms?
those mushrooms FDA approved? I don't know if I trust it.
That's funny. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's a good time.
Yep.
I love doing this with you guys.
Yeah, it's
Just
fun.
fun.
Thanks
It's
for
just
having
fun.
us on the show, William.
I just
We
love
appreciate
it.
you, William.
It's so
Yeah.
fun.
Thanks, William.
Thanks, Pastor Will.
Yeah. Oh my. The roads we're going down today. Hey, well, before we come up to our bottom of the hour break and just continue having some fun today, let's enjoy our word of the week.
Word of the Week. This is the part of the show where Denise and Bill learn new words in pursuit of knowledge and understanding of the English language, and so they can sound smarter.
So we should be smarter today. I bring in 2 words again. I don't
Yowza.
know. I'm an overachiever. Somebody called me an overachiever when I do words of the week, but you'll understand in just a minute. Our words today are natty. Anybody know what natty is?
Like when your hair gets Is that natty? What is that? No, that's never mind.
Natty, slang for natural.
All right, it's all natty, baby.
It's good natty. This is all natty mushrooms. Yeah. No. Natty, and the second word is tatty. Natty and
no.
tatty. Do you see why I brought both of them? Because they're so cute.
Yeah.
Natty and tatty. Natty means trimly, neat, and tidy. Smart. The etymology of the word is perhaps it's an alteration of an earlier word, netty, from the obsolete net, meaning neat or clean. An example of natty in a sentence is a soldier in his natty blue uniform. Makes sense? On the opposite side, tatty. Tatty is rather worn, frayed, or dilapidated. Shabby. Cute, huh? So an example of tatty in a sentence is the owner has let the restaurant become increasingly tatty over the years. Natty and tatty. Do you like our words?
I do.
I do too.
Nice.
I'd like to use the words in a sentence because we know if we don't use our word, we lose our word. So when William dresses in his suit to perform a wedding, he is so natty. However, his last pair of work pants were so tatty they almost fell apart before he tossed them. Either way, natty or tatty, he looks good to me.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's sweet. I'm going to get a recording of that one.
Natty and tatty. And that's our word of the week.
You're listening to In Pursuit with me, Pastor Bill, a production of WAJC, Your Life Radio on 88.1 and 91.7 FM. WAJC is owned and operated by Maranatha Assembly of God in Forest Lake, Minnesota. If you would like to visit Maranatha Chisago Lakes campus, we have 4 weekend services to choose from. Visit MaranathaChisago.org to learn more and to check out some past messages. Well, we're back.
Good.
Feeling a little tatty today.
Tatty. It's okay.
Well, you look natty.
I mean, well.
That's so funny. The word natty, well, it's not the word. It's like slang for natural in like the weightlifting world because like people who work out, if you're like really jacked, they're like sometimes on social media they'll be like not natty or something like that.
Oh, that's
and
funny.
I googled what it means, and it means like natural. Like, did you take steroids or did you like actually just lift to get to that point?
Oh,
So
that's cute.
yeah,
Natty is that,
slang.
just not in Merriam-Webster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Cool. Well, as we continue, a couple more things just to highlight I'm kind of excited about. Hunting season is upon us. Deer archery opened a couple weeks ago, so that's the one downfall of this heat is obviously you can still hunt, but you know if you leave the animal laying for too long, then you start losing meat. So and the smell.
Oh, this is a horrible, horrible smell.
But also turkey season is open starting Saturday.
Ooh.
So kind of the month of October, I think it goes till November, the first weekend or whatever in November. But kind of the month of October is turkey season. And of course, this morning before leaving, there were 9 or 10 nice turkeys just walking in around the house, like within
Just circling it.
within 10 feet of the house.
Oh, wow.
Like
Yeah.
they knew I was there.
It's not season yet.
And then I'm lost.
Shaking their tail feathers.
But
We're
what
not
happened?
legal.
Yeah. So, but it's exciting. It's always fun to watch them.
Yeah. They're cool to watch.
Beautiful birds.
Yeah, they are.
And then sometimes they'll go running through the yard, and it's like, man, you just look like a big chicken the way you run when you run and chase each other and jump at each other with their wings flapping. It's exactly the same thing the chickens do.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's very funny
It's
to
like
watch.
they're huge chickens
Yeah.
because they're that close to the house. They
Yeah. It's like they're just free
crazy.
ranging around the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun. So I'm excited about that. It is a little warm, but that's okay. We're still going to get out and hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yum.
I want to spend the remainder of our time just kind of talking a little bit about some of the topics from the men's conference last weekend. There were about 85 or 90 of us from both the campuses combined that went up to Craigens, and we had a wonderful Friday, Saturday, and then came back Sunday afternoon men's conference.
Yeah.
And it
we were
was-
gone too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I was telling a couple that yesterday that are going to be getting married last night. They popped in my office, and I was just telling them, like this is what you want. You want to have something where it's like I never look forward to leaving and going away and getting a break from you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I think it's a good thing.
It's a very good thing.
Yeah.
I don't need a break from you either.
Yeah, but it's not like we can't be apart.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
like I'll go on hunting trips or like the men's conference or
I'll go to the grocery store without you.
yes, but it is good. It's good to like. There's never a feeling of like I can't wait for her to be gone. You know,
Yeah.
it's just good.
Yeah.
Not everybody is like that. But at this men's conference, the whole theme was tapping out with a question mark, like really trying to address this life gets too heavy, life gets to be a lot, and as men sometimes we just internalize and isolate and try and do everything all on our own, prideful and egos and macho, all this stuff, instead of dealing with it, you know. And so the topic kind of just had to do with this, you know, are you tapping out? Are you getting to the point where you're close to tapping out? And I mean like just kind of walking away from a marriage or walking away from a job or feeling like a failure, stuff like that, you know. And so there was this constant theme that wasn't planned but came up multiple times throughout the weekend. Because it was like, so how do we avoid this feeling of just wanting to tap out, wanting to call it quits, and or what causes that feeling? I guess it was, and one of them was isolation, and that just kind of was an unplanned recurring theme throughout the weekend, and I thought it was very, very interesting.
Yeah, that is. Especially, you've talked often about how we are more connected than we ever have been, but more alone than we ever have been. Yeah.
Yep. Because it's fake.
It's fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having friends on Facebook is not real.
Yeah. Because you can have 1,000 of them, but put a plea out there that I need help or I need, you know, talk to or something like that, and you're lucky if one of them replies to you.
Yeah.
And for the younger generations coming up especially, and I mean, how long's Facebook been around? 15 years now, 20 years, something like that? And then from that you get all this Twitter and Instagram and YouTube followers and all this. Well, when that's our picture and our idea of, you know, connections, and so if you look, you know, James's age and beyond, it's like, this is their idea of connection, and it's not, you know.
Right.
Well, yeah, I've seen a whole group of you know, kids, you know, 10, 12 kids all in the same room, but they were all on their phones, you know, and it was like there wasn't that interaction. So, yeah, it doesn't matter if you're around somebody. Are you actually talking to them? You having a conversation? You getting to know them? Are you building a relationship?
Yeah.
No, they're just all in their own echo chamber off on their algorithm on their phones. And
Right, yeah. And just even that is meaningless, you know?
yeah, well, you can get into, I know a lot of them, they call it like doom scrolling, right? Which then ends up, of course, making you feel worse. But then now it's switched over to that's the dopamine hit that you're getting, is that's what you're looking for, is you're finding that next doom story. And then you keep scrolling, then you find the next one. And it's, you know, it's just a circle that leads down to a dystopian future.
Very nicely done. I like it a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a mess, you know. It's a mess, and what it's doing to people is it's really, because that's a spiritual and a mental thing. Obviously, it affects you physically, and it just drags you down.
Right.
And what are we created for?
Right.
You know, the community.
Absolutely.
You know? I think that's probably like on a smaller sense like this. Why do I enjoy this so much? You know, because I see you guys all the time, but this is. Even though we're passing each other all the time in the church or walking by or talking business, there's something different about this. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like there's a community here, or having people to our house, you know, those that we work with, having them to our house for dinner, or the security team when we've done that. Or, I mean, it's like there's something different that happens when you have that face-to-face time. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're social creatures. I mean, that's why in prison, the worst thing they can do to you is put you in solitary confinement, because when you are absolutely isolated from everybody else, I mean, if you don't have the Lord to go to and seek, I mean, you're going to absolutely lose your mind.
You can go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I know I live off alone, and there's been times, but for me, I go back to, I have favorites in the Bible, and Elijah is like one of my favorites. And I remember, I always think back to that story because all the amazing things he did, and it was the first time I saw sarcasm in the Bible, and I'm like, this guy is so cool. I love this guy. And I'm reading, and then I'm like, wait a minute, what's he scared of? Why is he running? And now he's isolated and he's sad, and he's like, I started like losing, I was like, I don't know if I like this guy anymore, because you just let me down, Elijah. Like, you were like you are this all-powerful guy. And then he just drops way down there. But then I was just like, then it switched to, wait a minute, if a guy like that can feel isolated and alone after all the amazing things that he just did, if he can feel that, no wonder why I'm feeling like this right now. And then it's like, wait, get that connection. And then the remembrance of, yes, there is others. And, you can get uplifted in that moment too. Right. So that's a story that I often reflect back onto and be like, well, if it happened to him, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And why we need to be aware of it.
Right.
That's the part I think that kept coming up this last weekend with the guys was we have to be aware of it. We have to address it. We have to be honest about it and talk about it. And I mean, there's so many different components of it, but and it can happen to anybody. That's whenever I think of Elijah, that's what I think about.
Yeah.
It can happen to anybody, and to be aware of it is so important. Yeah. So how do you overcome that?
Isolation?
Yeah, like how do you avoid doing that or getting stuck in it, like what's the answer to it, Because it's not as easy as saying, well, just don't isolate.
Yeah.
I think it's deeper than that.
Yeah. It's like a lot of little things, I feel like. Like a lot of little changes that you can make that like amount to like the remedy, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, just like, I'm trying to think. Well, one thing that I did to help from like the doom scrolling thing or whatever, because I get sucked in, like literally just addicted. And that was one thing I dealt with in college. And something I learned from my wife, Scotland, is she doesn't have the Instagram app or like Facebook or YouTube or anything. She goes to the browser on her phone for that. And that eliminates the ease of access, because then it's like, you have to get the URL and you have to sign in every single time. Yeah. So that's like a little change that helped me kind of break that. And
that's a good idea.
Yeah. And you can even put time limits on websites on your phone. So like, at least on the scrolling side of things, that really helped me. Because like I can't, unfortunately, completely like remove myself because like I work in that world.
Yeah.
So it's like finding the balance. But that was like a little change.
Smart.
And that helped me. But yeah, that was one thing. Like, I feel like it's a lot of little changes.
I will, when I get those feelings too, think about it. But then typically what ends up happening is I will blast worship music and I will be dancing and praising and singing around my house. Dog gets a little crazy. She kind of looks at me like, oh, what? She gets too excited because now I'm excited because I didn't like it, because it's noticing and being aware. Feel your feelings, understand what you're feeling. Where does that feeling come from? And and acknowledging, yes, this is valid, but I don't like this feeling. I'm not going to sit in this feeling. I'm going to now change this feeling. Yeah. So for me, what works is when I change that feeling is I'm going to worship the Lord right now, because no matter what, He's always worthy, and He's going to, and then inevitably, like the tears of sadness inevitably turn into tears of joy of just like, thank you so much for, and it's just like, and it just changes my whole view of whatever was just going on. It can just change in a blink by just worshiping and praising and telling them how much I love them and thank them. And
that's right.
I kind of walked that out last night in worship. I chose a song, I Speak Jesus. We had 3 songs we did just for our Wednesday night. And so we started with How Great Thou Art. And then I've been thinking of I Speak Jesus because just struggles in life, and speaking Jesus over my family, over depression, over the strongholds. And so I brought that song and we sang it knowing that I was going to be emotional about it. And then knowing that I was going to be emotional about it, I then put gratitude. It was an intentional choice, the song Gratitude. And even just singing that, I was weeping through I Speak Jesus, and then gratitude came, and my joy. It's just, God, I'm just so thankful. And then I'm just weeping tears of joy because I'm just so thankful for everything the Lord has done for me. And so to experience that in real time last night, it's true.
Yeah.
Worship music can really change an attitude. Just find things to be thankful for and worshiping God for what he does. Another thing, when we're talking about isolation, being in the church world, we've had people say, I left church because nobody ever talked to me. And that's an isolating feeling if you walk in and nobody talks to you. But my question, whenever somebody says that, is, did you ever talk to anybody? Because there are other people in church that are feeling that same isolation. So if you're feeling it and you've never attempted to talk to anybody when you walk in, maybe you're the person who's not talking to anybody. So to intentionally turn that around, like if you're feeling like nobody's talking to you, maybe you start the conversation, go up and say hi. And those are little things that are huge if you're feeling that. I don't know, if you get in a hole. You're like,
definitely.
Nobody wants to talk to me. Nobody's talking to me, so nobody wants to talk to me, so nobody likes me. It's really hard to turn that mindset around. But if you do, and you just say, you know what, there's maybe somebody who's feeling that same thing, and so you find somebody who's sitting alone or you've never talked to before, and you go up and talk to them, you can undo a lot of that damage that's going on in your psyche right then.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
That's another part too. Like when you say that and thinking about those voices that are in your head, that's another thing too that I've gotten more adept at doing is paying attention. Who is that voice, and what is it saying to me? And then saying, no, that's not of God. I don't know if it's me or what it is, but I'm like, that's not of God. I am loved. I am accepted. You know what I mean? And I just run through all that because it's just like I got to stop that voice because that's not true. None of that stuff. Because you can tell like. It's trying to make you feel a certain way, and it's like, nope, I'm going to stop you right there. There was I don't remember if I told you guys, but there was just like a couple days ago when it was just like I was rebuking all these thoughts left and right. And I was just like, what is happening? And I was just like, kept hearing all this stuff, and I'm like, that's not of God. I'm like, and then I just kept rebuking, and it was just like almost this instant rebuke, and then all of a sudden I was like, rebuke. Oh, wait, what? And then that one, I was like, oh, no, thank you, Lord. It was like, because this one was like, oh, it was a warmth, and it was an encouragement and stuff. And I was like, thank you, but it was funny because I was just so used to like hearing something.
You were just on a roll.
I was just immediate rebuking everything.
I'm not listening to nothing.
Right? Yeah. Nothing's coming in here. Wait, sorry.
Well, I think, as you guys are talking, I immediately think of Hebrews 12. Since we are surrounded, verse 1, surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of our faith. Like that's what I hear you guys saying is like you be intentional and you turn your focus the direction it needs to be.
Yeah.
But it's a hard thing to do. What I think of like when you're talking about last night is your willingness to share why we're singing that song.
Yeah.
Even in generalities, encouraged other people who are also going through difficult times.
Yeah, it was just good to sing that song with my family, my church family.
Yep. And then the guests we had sharing talked about some of their struggles with their family and how God is faithful. And someone else was there and their adult daughter was there, and he was able to say, he told my dad, like, all my kids are coming back to or on their way back to the Lord right now. And
that's cool.
So there's all of this that happens when we decide to say, here's where I'm at. Like this is where I'm at. All of a sudden it's like you can, if it's 2 people or 200 people, people start to relate to where you're at, and then quickly you realize I'm not the only one going through whatever it is that's beating me down right now.
Right.
Yeah. And it doesn't take many people to start culture changes like that.
Right.
Like when it's something like that, like just being, like if you have a chance to share at church or something like that, like a testimony night or whatever, and just sharing like something you're struggling with, it really doesn't take much for a culture shift in that respect. Because it's like if one person's willing to share, I think there's a lot of people who are willing but just haven't had the green light or the opportunity. So then they hear that and then they're able to like relate with each other. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to think. Like there was at the fall barbecue, hearing people talking about like the great summer we had and everything, and then like, man, I didn't realize so many other people like in the church like felt this way about, I can't even remember what they were talking about, but they were like relating to it, and all they were doing was talking about it, and they probably wouldn't have if we weren't doing all these like
the
opportunities
testimonies
to share. Yeah. So
and it's environmental. I mean, you have to create the atmosphere, whether it's in, I mean, it's as simple as a marriage, a friendship, a work environment, a church overall, a family. I mean, whatever it is, if the environment that is created is one of being critical of each other and one of negativity, and you know what I mean, like beyond just your, like, we kind of joke with each other, but at the same time there's a safe atmosphere of, I'm having a bad day today, you know, and like
We're all on the same team.
and we're on the same team, and again, in a marriage, it's easy to create an atmosphere in a marriage where you don't feel safe saying, I'm struggling today.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people create that environment because what are they going to be met with? Well, buck up. You're not the only one.
Yeah.
As opposed to care and love and compassion and encouragement, and then so the environment that we create really does make a big difference. You know?
Absolutely. No one's going to share if they feel like they're going to be ridiculed or gossiped about.
Exactly.
You know, like we want to share because we want to genuinely be open with people, and then if that's the reaction, like you said, that's going to immediately make that person shut down. They're never going to want to. They might even just leave. You know,
or feel the pressure to pretend to be someone they're not and have a life different than they have. And then, like, to me, that's something that really pushes us towards isolation. Is I will never measure up, but I want to be part of, so I got to pretend.
Yeah, that Facebook fake.
Exactly, yeah. Just a highlight reel of my life instead of the reality. And, you know, there's two sides to every coin. You find balance. You don't air your dirty laundry every opportunity you have, but you have a couple of people you do.
Right.
A couple of people you trust. But I think that there's so much where we get pushed in a direction of that isolation, and I can't talk to anybody about this. I can't be honest with anybody about this. I can't really share about this.
Yeah.
And then all of that are the thoughts that beat us down and down and down, like what you were saying, you know, like this rebuking of these things. Yeah, and not everybody can do that, you know, like that, to understand it and be intentional about making the change.
Right. You know, one thing that occurs to me is if we isolate ourselves, we aren't involved. If we aren't involved in a church body, that's one thing. This is my thought. Is last night when I shared that and we were singing and weeping and crying out to God, I know because of the people in our church, I know because of their hearts that people are praying for me today. That people were praying for me last night because I shared that, and that makes me feel encouraged. It makes me feel safe because I know that I'm being brought before the Lord, and that's an encouraging thing. It doesn't encourage isolation. It encourages community.
Right.
When you share and you know the people around you, you have this relationship with them, and you know that they're praying for you because you shared, instead of talking about you or, you know, saying bad things. They're just praying for you, and prayer changes things, and we have that as Christians, as believers. We have prayer, and that's one of our most powerful weapons.
Amen.
Well, and one of the things you pointed to, because when we pray, we don't ever know what God is going to decide to do. We surrender to God.
Right.
But what you'd have with 100% certainty is the reminder, the confirmation, the affirmation of the community.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So to know that people are praying, and prayer changes things, but I think even that foundational piece, like, it's a safe place to share things because of the community that's there.
Right.
You know, and I love, like, that, not going to be gossiped about, not going to be looked down upon. I mean, your life should be perfect, for crying out loud. You work at the church, and that's the mindset. I think, unfortunately, that's the mindset some pastors and their families have.
Yeah.
Is one of, you know, we're supposed to have it all together. We're supposed to do it all right. Like, we're supposed to be perfect and get yourself up on this pedestal. And then as soon as something happens, and it's only a matter of time because it happens in everybody's life, now where do you go?
Yeah.
Now you got to pretend, and no,
Yeah.
no way.
Right.
I don't fit that world.
Yeah,
at
no,
all.
I don't either. I think it's very destructive, and
Yeah.
then that's because everything it goes from the leadership down, and so if you create that here, then your leaders start to feel that way, and then the people do, and pretty soon it's a church body where nobody can talk about any of the real difficult things in life.
Right. And really, really build relationship because you're genuinely being open and honest with somebody.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, from last weekend, I guess it just kind of came to light for a few of us. That's like, man, this isolation thing, that it was as if the Lord was trying to bring this out, you know? So if you're out there and you feel isolated, you feel just kind of off by yourself, and if you're not part of a church body and you happen to stumble upon this, please find one. If you're in this area, come to one of our churches. You'll be loved and welcomed and encouraged. But man, don't just wander through life feeling like you got to be alone, because there are great people in this world. Sometimes we forget that there are still good people in this world,
Yeah.
and it's so good to have. Thanks for listening today. I hope you have a great day. God bless you.
Bye for now.
Bye.
See ya.
Thanks for joining In Pursuit with Pastor Bill and me, Denise. We hope you will tune in next Thursday at noon as the pursuit continues. In Pursuit is a production of WAJC, Your Life Radio, on 88.1 and 91.7 FM. WAJC is owned and operated by Maranatha Assembly of God in Forest Lake, Minnesota. The opinions expressed here are not necessarily those of the owner.